Good morning. So this reading is going to be for Friday, May 31st, and it's already the end of the month. So what I'm going to do here is pull some cards on our past, and I'm going to take all of these. Even though we normally get 3, this is 4. So let's get cards on present energy. 2 more. And future energy. Two more, please. Wow. Okay. So looking here, bottom of the deck, we have Temperance showing up. So Sagittarius energy. This is about finding some sort of inner balance. This is really being level-headed about a situation, but seeing things kind of from that big picture perspective. That kind of helps ground everything in reality. That's like, you can so easily get caught up in the details. We all do. And it's about, okay, well, I can kind of live in the drama of the everyday, but if I take the step back, maybe I can understand everybody's intentions a little bit more, maybe where some sort of miscommunication happened here. That's what this Temperance energy is really encouraging you to do. And it feels like that's what you're trying to do. You're really trying to see the truth of the situation by looking at it from a different vantage point. And so for the 4 cards that fell out right at the beginning on our past energy here, so we have the Ten of Swords. This is the end of a painful cycle. And it is the end. It's not something that feels like it's going to be repeated. Page of Pentacles, it feels like you know that. It feels like the lesson connected to that painful ending has been learned. This is not something that needs to go again and be revisited. What's interesting here is that we also have the Ten of Wands. There's another cycle that's closing. So pain and heavy responsibility, carrying more than your fair share of the weight of whatever has been happening here. And so closing out that cycle is really beneficial, but it's also with this King of Wands energy, something that you were actively doing. So King of Wands, it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And so we have Sagittarius out here twice essentially, but this is really about taking some sort of bold action. The way that these cards are laid out, what you can see here is, and I'm going to isolate the King specifically when I hold it up, is that the King is moving away. Like he's facing this way. So he's putting the past behind him, not holding on to that energy anymore, learning the lessons, not reliving them, not overthinking them anymore, recognizing that they're done. Let's move forward. Current energy, King of Cups, Magician, Tower. So something here is going to change. It might be some sort of sudden, I'm getting an awakening. There's something here where in order to go after what you want, there's something connected to the depths of your emotions. Because it feels like there might have been a disconnect in the past where you might have these goals in mind, these dreams for yourself. And you feel like, okay, well, I have this dream of being in this really happy, healthy relationship. But to be in that happy, healthy relationship does require some level of emotional connection. And in order for something to really be sustainable and grow over time, it has to be a deep, meaningful connection where you really have to know the other person and be open to knowing the other person on that really base level, that really deep emotional level. And it feels like that's the sudden realization that's taking place in this current energy. And so when I look at the future energy here, so I'm getting the Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So interesting, because you're showing up as the King of Wands here in the past energy. And so male or female is just the energy of the card. And in fact, you can even flip these. So King of Wands showing up in the past, make sure that those chapters are closed, all of it. Queen of Wands is showing up with the offer of a commitment. And so either this person is trying to make you some sort of offer, or you want to make somebody here some sort of offer, somebody that you would see as an equal. And then with this Hierophant energy, this would be some sort of long-term commitment. This is the card of marriage within tarot, but not everybody wants that. So I just want to put that out there. But this is about creating some sort of long-term relationship with this person. King of Cups, where your emotions are involved, where you have this emotional connection to each other. So let's get some additional details here. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Very interesting energy. So I did pull 4. I don't usually pull 4 when I get more than 3, but with the Ten of Swords energy, what was clarifying that was the Empress. So transformation, recognizing that that needed to end. You needed to put it behind you in order to be able to move forward. With the Page of Pentacles, so this is about learning the lesson, maybe even having some conversations around that. Queen of Wands is showing up. And so if you already know who this Queen of Wands person is, you might have been having conversations here in the past with this person around maybe some of the wounds that you went through. It does feel like Page, still kind of young, meaning that you didn't really communicate everything to this person. Maybe you just kind of started that line of communication. Ten of Wands, Six of Cups. So you might have a lot of responsibilities when it comes to children. May or may not be the case. But these, if that's not your story, if you don't have children, you don't have a lot of responsibilities connected to children, it does feel like they kind of, they've been with you for a while, these responsibilities. You've been carrying them around with you for a while. With the King of Wands, I am getting the Nine of Swords. And so there was a lot of fear and anxiety around closing out this chapter, around some sort of maybe fear of the unknown or the way things were going to unfold. But that's all showing up in past energy. So let's get the King of Cups. Magician. Tower. See if I can get one card on the Tower. Yeah. So King of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, you're working on being more emotionally open and available, really understanding what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you want. That is a transition that is taking place, a transformation that is taking place. Transformation showing up a lot for you. So we've got the Magician clarified by the Death card. So this is death and rebirth. And so in order to have what you want, you're recognizing that there's things that you need to work on emotionally within you in order to be able to go forward and have a healthy relationship with somebody here. Because it looks like that's what you want. And this is what the sudden realization is connected to. So the Ten of Cups with the Tower. And so when it comes to some sort of long-term happiness goal that you have for yourself, you're recognizing what maybe barriers have held you back, maybe old wounds, traumas, things like that, that you maybe had some sort of fear around them coming back around or having to relearn those lessons here with this new person. But I don't think that's the case. It feels like those are all completely in the past. Those feel like they're closed. And it feels like that's part of the realization that you're going through, that this current person, whomever this Queen of Wands is not like the person in your past. And so even if there's similarities between the two people or maybe the two situations, that doesn't mean that it's going to play out the same way. And that's part of the realization that you're coming to. You're recognizing that there's a wound connected to that needs to be healed. There's an emotional wound. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Yep. So with the Queen of Wands, I am getting the Hierophant. So you see yourself in a commitment with this person. This person actually sees themselves with you as well, because we actually have the Hierophant out here twice sitting in the future energy. And so you're both on the same page as far as relationship goals. Now, what it takes to get there, that's something, it looks like a lot of emotional conversations need to happen. There still needs to be some sort of emotional healing to take place within you. Ace of Pentacles is being clarified with the Hanged Man. You're seeing commitment, you're seeing relationships differently because there is something different about this person. Even if there are some similarities, there's enough differences for you to recognize that this situation is not a rinse and repeat of the past, that this is something completely different, that it's not going to end the way that something else did, because this is a different person and no two relationships are the same. Hierophant is showing up again, and so it is something that both of you want, but from your side, it feels like there is still some apprehension around it. It is connected to the healing that you're going through, this emotional healing that I'm picking up in the present energy. But it's not like it's off the table. You want this. It just requires you to make sure that your needs are going to be met. Seven of Wands, you're going to stand up for yourself, make sure that your voice is heard, make sure your needs are being met before you commit to somebody on that deep of a level. It's actually a really healthy way to go about it. So this is the reading for Friday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.